again, my goal is not to make you completely immobile today, but it will get better if you do feel like they are super sore. But excuse me, I just finished day 2 and I am sweaty. So I want to go over what today's workout is. We are doing back and some core. So 24 minutes, and we've got 4-minute rounds. So each round, we're going to just completely exhaust 2 different exercises. So every 30 seconds, you're going to switch back and forth for a total of 4 minutes. So that being said, here we go. And we need to pick those moderate weights that you had yesterday. So I'm going to use 10s again for the first one. I know a lot of you have done Renegade Rows with me, but we're just going to do a plank row. So we're going to take the push-up out of it. So we're into a plank position. Notice how my feet disappear behind my hands, my core is in tight, and my shoulders are over my palms. Eyes go down, core's tight, squeeze your quads, and pull that dumbbell to the side of your body. Now when you pull up, I don't want you pulling up here, and I don't want you to transfer your weight or shift your weight to your opposite foot. Pull down and in, right below your chest, more towards your belly button. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. That squeeze is the most important thing. So we're going to alternate with that plank roll. If you need to, plank row. If you absolutely need to, drop to your knees, feet on the ground, core is tight. Again, eyes down on the floor between the dumbbells, and pull. All right, that's your first one. So that's 30 seconds of your plank row. Then you're going to go 30 seconds of what I call a double crunch hold. Typically a double crunch, your knees butterfly out, elbows butterfly out, eyes go up, and we come up and touch. So now we're just going to hold in this holding position. Eyes go forward, relax the shoulders, and squeeze those elbows behind you so our back's working. And you should feel it in your core right here. If you need to, you can drop your feet. If you have a lot of lower back pain from doing back exercises or just from life in general, keep your feet on the ground, or you could even keep your back on the ground, neck on the ground, hands at the side, and just let those legs fall out into the butterfly and drop towards the ground here. Making sure your low back stays intact with the ground the whole time. That's the most important part, to protect it. All right, so those 2 exercises, we have 30-second plank row, 30-second hold. 30-second plank, 30-second hold. You're going to repeat that for 4 minutes, so it's 4 rounds of that. You have a 30-second break between that and the next 2 exercises. Very quick today, so we don't want the heart rate to drop too much before we kick it back up. Also, today's not as cardio intensive as it was yesterday, so we can focus a little bit more on the breathing. It's not going to be as much on your cardiovascular system. All right, here we go. Row fly. This is totally up to you on what you want to use. Typically, your row, you can use heavier weights, but the fly is less weights. Pick a weight where you can comfortably do that fly. So, shoulders back, feet are directly underneath of the hips. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. I'm going to hinge at my hips, just like a deadlift. So I'm driving my butt back towards the wall behind me. Eyes go down. Now the lower my chest drops in this exercise, the harder this workout becomes. And again, the more pressure it puts on your low back. So I want to suck in my belly button, keep that arch in my back, eyes down, and I'm going to row, like I did with the first one, and then I'm going to fly. So when I fly, elbows pinch behind me. Don't pull those arms up straight. I want it activated by my shoulder blades, pinching a penny behind me, and squeeze. If you have any sort of shoulder issues, just stay here and pull the row in close to the body. Again, squeezing those shoulder blades together. If you feel like you can, and it's really, you're advanced, drop to a tabletop position, row, and then fly. Make sure those eyes maintain contact with the floor at all times. All right, so you've got the row fly for 30 seconds, and then a plank jack. Palms under your shoulders, core tight, out and in. 30 seconds, back and forth, total of 4 minutes. 30-second rest. Then we've got a dumbbell plank to a pull through. We're going to stay on one side. All right, so I'm going to use left arm first in that plank, and I'm going to come through, out, shift my feet, and then up to a T. Back in close, back down, through. And you can touch it at each spot if you want. You don't even have to touch it if you can maintain control the whole time. The pull through, we'll work the core. The twist, we'll work the core. When we get to that top nice, pretty T plank, making sure the dumbbells are evenly stacked on top of each other, so that palm needs to stay underneath the shoulder. We're going to squeeze those back muscles together again. It's going to make a nice, pretty back instead of a big, bulky back, which most women want. After that, your next 30 seconds. So we are going to do all one side on that 30 seconds. Go to your cardio movement. We're gonna go arms up, high knees. 30 seconds. Then we're gonna switch. Opposite arm, pull it up and through. High knees, 4 rounds. 30 seconds to rest. We've got dumbbell front checks. If you've got very little weights, like 2s, I use 4s. You don't even have to use weights at all. I want arms straight out in front, a little bit of bend. Again, core tight. We're gonna pull out to that T. Whew. So T, jack, and in. The purpose, again, is back. Squeeze those back muscles together. Pop out, pop back in. I want you to maintain the cardio of this with that tiny little squeeze in the back. I don't want you to pick weights if you can't do that. So if you're doing weights and you're here, not doing the purpose of the exercise, drop the weights. Go here instead. And if you need to, you can even bend your elbows. And you do you, y'all. All right, that's your first 30 seconds. Your second 30 seconds is a cheek to ground. I do recommend starting at your elbows, feet are wide, core tight. Shift my feet, my butt drops towards the ground, one side to the other, as low as you can. Draw that rainbow with your butt. As I say, 30 seconds there. Back and forth between your jack and your cheek to ground. 30 each, 4 rounds. 30 seconds to rest. Your last one is up downs. So in that plank position, yet again. Elbow replaces hand, hand replaces elbow. You can alternate, you can stay on one side for a full 30 seconds. Whatever you want to do. Again, if you need to keep the core tight and the wobble out of the question, drop to your knees. And then your second exercise, we're actually just going to do the same thing we did in that first one. We're going to do that double crunch hold, squeezing back, making that core burn. All right, so 30 seconds, 4 minutes, you get the drift. So you have 5 different little AMRAPs, well, 5 different 30-second rounds. After that, you have a minute 30 finisher. So you have 30 seconds to rest, minute 30 finisher. Again, we're going to go light. Now we're going a full Renegade Rows, so we are going to add the push-up just to burn it out. We're going to go 4 minutes. This one, again, I want this to just burn. I don't care about your push-up. Oh my God, I just said that. You know me, that's usually bullshit out of my mouth. Drop to your knees. Go halfway and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can maintain a speed, and go to your feet. Go to your feet. Totally fine. 4 Renegade Rows. 4 count mountain climbers. Yes, that's 16 if you count singles. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. So you have 4 of those. As many rounds as possible. In a minute 30, you should feel fatigued, a little tired, maybe a tiny bit out of breath from those mountain climbers, but nothing too ridiculous. That is your 24-minute. I'd hit that for the day. Let me know how you guys do, and I will see you soon.